Hey everyone, and welcome. We're going to talk about something super important today, keeping your money safe online. So let's get right into it and figure out how to turn your bank account into a digital fortress.
So let me ask you something, and be honest with yourself. How secure is your money, like right now? Think about the last time you opened your banking app. Did you feel 100% confident, or was there a tiny little voice in the back of your head wondering, is this really safe?
Because here's the crazy reality. Globally, cybercrime costs regular people like us over $600 billion a year. That's not some abstract number for big corporations. That's real money from real people. And that's exactly why we need a game plan.
And lucky for you, I've got that plan right here. First, we'll talk about your role in all this. Then we'll get to know the bad guys, the digital pickpockets. After that, we'll build up our defenses, learn how to spot their traps, and finally, figure out what to do if the worst happens. Simple, right? Let's go.
All right, first things first, your money, your fortress. The whole idea here is that all the fancy bank technology in the world can only get you so far. You know what the best line of defense is? It's you. Seriously.
I really love thinking about it this way. Your bank account is like a fortress, and guess what? You're the one holding the keys. You don't have to be some kind of tech genius. You just have to realize that you are the gatekeeper. Every single time you log in, you're making the call on who gets in. That simple shift in thinking, well, it puts all the power right back where it belongs, with you.
Okay, so now that we know you're the guard, let's meet the people trying to get past you. I call them the digital pickpockets. And forget that image of some super hacker in a dark room. Most of the time, these are just digital con artists using tricks that are actually pretty simple once you know what to look for.
The number one trick in their playbook is something called phishing, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Imagine a fisherman casting a line with a juicy-looking lure. They send you an email or a text that looks totally legit, maybe from your bank or a delivery service, and they're just hoping you'll bite and hand over your username and password.
And then you've got malware. This one's a little sneakier. Think of it like a tiny, invisible bug. You might click on a bad link or download an email attachment you shouldn't have, and bam, a malicious little piece of software installs itself on your computer. It can then just sit there in the background, quietly recording everything you type, including your passwords.
So take a look at this. This is where they get you. On the left, you see a totally legitimate bank website address. But look at the one on the right. See how subtle that is? They've added a couple of dashes and the word security. It looks almost right, doesn't it? And that's the whole trick. They're betting that you're in a hurry and you won't spot that tiny difference.
Okay, enough scary stuff. We know the threats. Now for the good part, how we fight back. Let's talk about building your defenses. And the best part is, this is all about a few simple habits that make a huge difference.
First up, I want you to completely erase the word password from your vocabulary. From now on, we're using passphrases. Like 4 random words strung together. Correct horse battery staple. A computer would take ages to guess that, but it's super easy for a human to remember. Way easier than P@/W is 0 RD1 exclamation point, right? And the most important rule, a unique one for every single important account. That way, if one fortress falls, the others are still locked up tight. Seriously, if you only take one single piece of advice from this entire thing, let it be this. Turn on two-factor authentication, 2FA. It's an absolute game changer. It's like adding a second heavy-duty deadbolt to your fortress door. Even if a thief steals your key, your password, they still can't get in because they don't have that second code from your phone. It is, without a doubt, the best thing you can do.
Okay, let's talk about coffee shops and airports. You're using their public Wi-Fi, right? Well, think of that Wi-Fi network as a crowded public park. You wouldn't just leave your wallet sitting on a bench, would you? So here's the rule. Never ever log into your bank directly on public Wi-Fi. If you have to, use something called a VPN. It basically creates a secret, private tunnel for your data right through that public park. Oh, and when you leave, always tell your phone to forget that network. Clean up after yourself.
All right, your fortress is built, the walls are high, now it's time to train the guards. And that's you. This is all about sharpening your senses so you can become a human scam detector and spot these traps from a mile away.
So here's what you'll look for, that mental checklist. Does the email sound super urgent and panicky, like your account is locked, act now? Does it say, Dear Customer, instead of your actual name? How's the grammar? Full of weird mistakes? Is it asking for your personal info? Any one of those is a major red flag. And here's a pro tip. Before you even think about clicking a link,
Just let your mouse hover over it. You'll see the real web address it wants to send you to.
And all of that brings us to the golden rule. The one rule to rule them all. When in doubt, don't click. Just don't. If you get a weird email from your bank, close it. Open a brand new browser window and you type in your bank's website yourself. That one simple habit will stop pretty much every single one of these scams in its tracks.
Okay, deep breath. Let's talk about the what if. What if, despite everything, you think you've been hacked? Now, this isn't about fear. It's about being prepared. It's about having a calm, clear emergency plan so you can just act, not panic.
Here's your 4-step action plan. Step 1. Immediately call your bank's fraud department. That number is right on the back of your debit card. Step 2. Change your passwords. Start with the account that was hacked, but then change it on any other important site where you might have used a similar one. Step 3. Turn on every single fraud alert your bank offers. And Step 4. Start checking your credit reports for anything that looks weird.
The one thing that matters more than anything else here is speed. Time is everything. The second you even suspect something is off, you start that plan. Don't wait, don't wonder, just act. The faster you move, the more you can limit the damage.
So after all this, what's the big takeaway? It's simple, really. You are not helpless in this fight. Far from it. Technology helps, sure, but your knowledge is your real weapon. The strongest lock on any account is a smart, well-informed user. It's you.
And I want to leave you with this one last question to think about. You lock your front door every day without a second thought, right? You lock your car. So is your digital life as secure as your physical one? Are you giving your online world that same level of care? Something to think about.